So inshallah, today's story we are doing, it's from the Quran, and it says that in the Quran there is a story about a people who were a very prosperous nation. The nation was called Saba. Another name of it was the nation of Sheba. They used to live in the area of Ma'arib in Yemen. They had a great dam called Sad Ma'arib. The dam was 2 miles long, 120 feet high. They were very rich people, and they enjoyed a great water supply. The whole area flourished with fruits, gardens, and vegetables. It was free from insect. Imagine you have a garden, but there are no bugs there. You can just go start picking your fruit, and then you do whatever you want there, and then you don't fear about mosquitoes coming, biting, other insects there. So their garden was like full of fruits, abundance of water supply, and no bugs there. So all the fruits, sometimes what happens if you have fruit trees outside, you go and try to pick fruits from there, and then you really want to eat it, and then you see there's a hole in it. Or maybe you cut open and then you see small bugs inside, small insects, small things.
Spiders, black widows.
They don't get inside the fruit. Do they get inside the fruit?
I see spiders.
Ants, yes, ants. They do have ants inside.
Spiders put webs on some fruit.
Yeah, so then what you do, you just have to throw that fruit away. You cannot eat that. So they had no bugs there, no insects. And the climate was very pleasant. So it was not like really harsh weather. It was not too cold, not too dry, not too hot. And it was a happy country. Everybody was so happy in that country.
I wish I was there.
Enjoying canals, enjoying the roads, gardens from left and right. What it means left and right, they have gardens everywhere, so they can have a lot of fruits. Each of the 12 towns of Saba had its own prophet of Allah. Each of the prophet called their people to correct their belief in Allah and obey Him. But the people became arrogant in their wealth, their skills, and the great work of their fathers and grandfathers. This is what happened. When we get something a lot, we start forgetting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We forget who gave us all these things. And then we say, no, I am the one. It's my work. It's my hard work who gave me this thing. If I haven't studied all night, I would never get A in my test. It's my hard work, right? But no, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we start forgetting it. Yes.
This reminds me of the 3 ungrateful men.
Yes, true. Let's finish this. But the people became arrogant. Sadly, they forgot to praise and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what are we supposed to do every time we get something good? Yes.
So namaste or thank Allah.
Exactly. Yes. You get something. Yes. Make dua. Yes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I couldn't have done it without you. You are the one who made it possible for me. Yes, I worked hard, but I couldn't do it without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's help. It's Allah's help who made us get the good grade in our test, right? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you what?
Everything.
A brain.
He gave you knowledge.
Brain, right?
Knowledge.
From where you can memorize stuff. Have you seen small babies?
Yes.
Their brain is not mature enough, and then they cannot talk. And then have you seen somebody who is like adult, but still their brain is not up to that level? So they cannot do as quickly as you. Even in the same class, have you seen all the kids? They have different level of learning. Some kids are super smart. They just hear once and then they don't even have to write it down. Like if I write this in front of them, they don't write down, they don't take notes. Next time they come, I ask them, they will tell me everything one by one, they will tell me. Imam Bukhari was like that. Imam Bukhari, Still remember Imam Bukhari?
Yeah.
In hadith, we learned he could memorize all the hadith, and then when you ask him, he would tell you everything, one by one, with not changing a single word from it. That's how smart he was. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave all of us different level of learning. Some people learn very quickly, some learn by practicing a lot. Some of us are good with hearing. When we hear some stuff, we never forget. Some of us, when we do with our hands, we never forget. So we all are different levels. So every time you get something, we have to say, thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My Allah gave it to me. If He had never given me this much level of thinking of my intellectual, I wouldn't be there. I won't be doing it like this. So what happened? They forgot to say thank you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished them. Punished them with a flood. Now, when the flood came, it destroyed their dam. Remember, I just told you they had a dam? The dam got destroyed. When dam is destroyed, then what happened? All the water come in the city and
all their vegetables and gardens.
exactly, it got flooded, and here goes their garden. The garden they were so proud of. Gardens on the right, garden on their left, all the gardens full of everything was gone, all destroyed. So the people of Sabah went from wealth to poverty. You know what a poverty is? Poverty?
Nothing.
Yes, poverty is when very poor, like you have nothing. You are below the level like of normal people. So you don't even have anything to eat. So they became very poor. This is what happened when you don't say thank you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you get something, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might take it away. So if you don't want your things to get lost, you don't want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take it back, then what you are supposed to say thank you. Every day think about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us inside your body. What do you have? Starting from your head, you say, okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you wake up in the morning, say thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you wake me up. Because there are many people, when they go to bed, they don't wake up in the morning. So is it a blessing when you wake up and then everybody woke up? Like you see your family waking up. You see your mom woke up, you see your dad woke up, and then you see your sisters and brothers woke up. Say, Alhamdulillah, everybody's awake. Nobody is dead. Because when somebody dies, they don't come back.
I wish I knew.
And then you see everybody is healthy. That's a blessing. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not make anybody sick at home. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I have 2 eyes, I can see. What if I go blind? Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants, He can make us blind in a blink of eye. And all of a sudden you're sitting here and then you stop looking. You start seeing, you can't see anything. And some people, they lose hearing.
Yeah.
Just suddenly, they become deaf. Now they can't hear anything. Imagine how frustrating it is if you cannot hear other person.
You just have to write down.
You have person sitting next to you and you're trying to tell them something and they're replying, but you can't understand anything because you can't hear. Yes. Next story is going to be about Prophet Daood. Prophet Daood alayhi salam, he was father of Prophet
Yusuf.
No. Sulaiman. Good job, Sultan Ahmad. Yes. Prophet Daoud was the father of Prophet Sulaiman. One interesting thing about both of them, they both were kings.
Oh,
Yes?
they are.
Yes, they both of them were very rich kings.
And they are also.
Nobody ever is rich like them. They were the richest people. Yes.
Also, they were the Suleiman was the smart one that helped his dad, Daood, to get ideas about the stuff they're doing. Like,
Yes, yes. Another interesting fact about Prophet Dawood alayhi salam, that he had a beautiful voice, very beautiful voice, that every time he recites Quran, mountains, trees,
oh, did they ever side with him? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, you
and
told me
birds,
that.
and birds, they all recite with him because
How can
he's,
mountain talk?
yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do anything. So they would just come and recite with him. That's how beautiful his voice was. And one time, another thing, yes, another fact about Prophet Dawood, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a power. He had something special.
Wait, Suleiman?
Prophet Dawood. Sultan Ahmed, do you know? Prophet Dawood? Yes.
He could talk to animals?
No, he
That was
couldn't.
Suleiman.
That was Prophet Sulaiman who could talk to animals. Yes. Prophet Dawood, when he holds something like a iron in his hand,
Oh, he could like bend it.
exactly. So when he holds something made of iron, he can bend it without even melting it, because iron has a quality like iron. Have you seen anything, iron rod, something made of iron? It's so hard, you can't even do anything. You try to bend it, you can't bend it, the iron rod. So if you want to bend or make something, what are you supposed to do? You put it on fire. When you put it on fire for a long time, you're starting seeing like it become all red and soft. Then you can change it into anything you want. So that's what you are supposed to do. But Prophet Dawood, when he just picked the thing in his hand, he could mold it. He could turn it into any shape he wants. Arrows, swords, and weapons, knives, he could do that. He could make anything because he could just change with his hands. Yes. And he was the first one. This is very interesting fact. He was the first person
To make weapons.
who made
Weapons.
armor. Do you know what armor is? Everybody know what armor is?
Yeah. Did he like invent them?
Yes. He is the first one who made armor. Armor made of iron. He is the one who did that.
Armor is like
Something made of iron, and it protects you if somebody is going to attack you, so they cannot, because it's like a shield that you put around your body. Yeah, it's a shield. So inshallah we'll finish it here. Next time we'll do Prophet Sulaiman. So we will do the facts about him, and if you know some fact you can also share, or if you want to bring something about Prophet Sulaiman, you're more than welcome. So remember the homework. Yes, you will just if you can come up with something about Prophet Sulaiman, you can always share, add things to it. Okay, inshallah we'll finish here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.